Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the most feared aircraft in the world today, your United States Air Force's F-22
Hello, I'm Captain Samuel Razz, Larson, pilot and commander of the F-22 demo team. We're out here at the Sanford Air Show. Just performed today, flying the F-22 alongside the P-51 Mustang for a heritage flight. Taking a quick walk around of the jet and talk to you a little bit about the team. For the F-22, it's the world's first fifth-generation fighter, specializes in air-to-air combat. So a combination of stealth, super maneuverability, super cruise, and integrated avionics. That ushered in a new era of air combat capability for the United States. So it's an awesome jet. Been very privileged to fly it. I've been flying it for about 7 years now. And the best part of this job has been working with the phenomenal team we have in Raptor Nation, both pilots and maintainers. And that's on showcase, especially with the F-22 demo team. We take 10 folks to every show. And our maintainers, our public affairs, aircrew flight equipment, they're the best of the best. And they figure out how to solve problems and keep us in the air, and it's a privilege to work with them. So walking around the jet, starting off with the front, ESA radar. Again, F-22 was the first jet to have sensor fusion, so all the sensors on the jet are working together all the time, and I'm not having to control that as the pilot at all. The jet's doing that automatically and presenting me a nice, pretty consolidated picture of the battle space. It allows you to make quick decisions and have high situational awareness when we're in training and in combat. For the cockpit itself, so it's a side stick, throttles and pedals. The jet's incredibly intuitive to fly, even at extreme angles of attack. It flies like a stick and rudder airplane should be. That's because the flight control computer is figuring out G, altitude, relative wind, angle of attack, and it's figuring out which surface on this jet it needs to move to produce the effect that I'm requesting. Again, makes it a joy to fly. And some of the maneuvers that folks typically think are the most difficult to perform are actually very simple in this jet, and that's because of the incredible flight control system. As we walk around, so intakes, very awesome air induction system into those engines. That's the Raptor howl that you hear at air shows when we're taxiing, and that's incredibly heavy fan blades in the jet. And again, those are commanding airflow into the engines even at those extreme angles of attack, so we can do things like slide the jet backwards and not flame out the engines. I actually found that we were getting so much airflow at high speeds that we have bleed doors on the top of the jet to balance that mixture. Looking at the weapons bays of the jet, so main weapons bay, 6 AMRAAMs in that bay, or 2,000-pound JDAM bombs, or 8 small diameter GPS guided bombs, all carried in the internal weapons bay. On the side, carrying the AIM-9X heat-seeking missile. So our typical loadout for air-to-air combat will be 8 missiles, but we can do that mixed configuration with bombs and missiles on the jet. And then the panel that doesn't fit with the rest of the fuselage on the shoulder of the aircraft is the internal gun. And then obviously carrying 18,000 pounds of fuel internally on the jet. For a lot of the maneuvers we do in the demo, we really get to showcase the horizontal stabs. So when you see the controlled flat spin, the pedal turn, where we're able to reverse direction from left to right, or the J turn, which is essentially a hammerhead turn. It's those two horizontal stabs deflecting asymmetrically. And you'll see the stabs dancing on the back of the jet. That's the jet limiting how much yaw rate we get, so it always stays within controlled flight. And again, that's doing all of that automatically. Those vertical and horizontal stabs on the Raptor are larger in surface area than an F-16 main wing, so massive flight control surfaces, which again allows us to maneuver the way we do in combat and during the demonstration. We're also the only jet in the U.S. inventory with thrust vectoring. So it's hard to see with the naked eye, but the flight control system is automatically controlling thrust vectoring, and it's vectoring up and down symmetrically. Again, gives us tremendous pitch authority and turn rate capability in the jet. And then the last piece there for the engines, 70,000 pounds of thrust. So the jet fully loaded about 64,000 pounds. But as soon as we get the gear in the well on takeoff, it's a 9G capable fighter, and tremendous acceleration. And again, during the demo, you see us take the jet post-stall, and we're still maneuvering the jet at will, even though the airframe has stalled. And that's because of that tremendous flight control system and the thrust vectoring giving us that nose authority. And then we have the thrust to accelerate and power out of all those maneuvers. So that's a quick tour of the jet. For any folks who are watching, Hope you'll come out to a show this year, see the F-22 demo team. Again, our crew chiefs, avionics specialists, aircraft flight equipment, public affairs on this team are the best of the best, represent the best of America. And it's always awesome getting a chance to get out and meet folks and share what we love to do. So thank you.